Hello, my name is Nana. I'm a licensed engineer in Canada and now working in US. Today I not engineering but like to share how I speak four languages and some tips for you if you like to learn the new languages. So I speak Mongolian, Mandarin, Chinese, French, and English, obviously. Uh, so my mother tongue is Mongolian. Both my parents are Mongolian. So when I born, I learned Mongolian and speak and write in Mongolian until the age of 6. And then I moved to the capital city of the province in China. Uh, there, everybody speak Mandarin in the day-to-day life. So this is where I start to really learn the Mandarin, Chinese. Before age of 6, I hardly speak any Mandarin or Chinese. So I think this is the first time having this awakening to know, okay, there's a new language I need to learn, and this is totally from my mother tongue. Luckily, at that time, I'm still a children. It's really easy for a children to learn new language, and even for like the really difficult language like Chinese, and I learned it really quickly. So I think by the age of 7 or 8, I can speak really standard, good Chinese. So that's it about my Chinese. So I was really good at Chinese. Then for French, after my college, I went to France for my master's degree. So before went to class, I just took 500 hours of basic French language just to learn like really basic what is their ABC, then just really basic day-to-day conversation. I remember when I first landed in France, I don't understand anything. I cannot even order a coffee uh, in a coffee shop. I spent like 1.5 year in the language school, and then I started my class, like master program classes. I remember in the first year in a specialization class, I cannot understand anything. So that was really a difficult time. I have to do a lot of self learning after the class. I need to borrow the notes from my classmate and then work really hard to write everything down as to try to pass the exam. Luckily, I was able to pass all requirement and then graduated from my school, and then I immigrated to Canada after my graduation from France. In Canada, I first landed in Quebec. If you don't know about Quebec, Quebec is is a province in Canada. Many speak French language. So basically, I'm there. I can just speak French because at that time, my English is was so bad. Maybe you just talk about a little bit about the background. The normal Chinese student they should have really good English grammar and then English foundation. But for me, like Mongolian, I since my mother tongue is Mongolian, the Chinese is already considered as my foreign language. So we are not required to learn. I went to a special like Mongolian teaching emergent school. So all my school is taught in Mongolian language. So that's true. Like Chinese is like a foreign language for me at school. So I started to learn English from the college. I took like I think well, 1 year to learn from a really beginning, like how the ABCD and then the basic grammar, and then just started to started to take two classes with normal like Chinese student in college. So when I think back, all those experience, like just have a really limited time to learn some basic and then being thrown into this like really stressed environment. I have to learn it in a really fast way. So that's I learned like the foundation of English. But at the time I immigrated to Canada, my French was much more better than my English. But at some point, I realized I cannot just spend whole my life in Quebec, not try to avoid the English, learning English. So I decided to move to other English speaking country, English speaking province. That's why I did some research and then find the province of Manitoba. They have in University of the Manitoba. They do have a program. They are offered for international trained engineer like me. The program kind of help engineers to update their skill to Canadian standard and code, and then they also teach the Canadian work culture. So I thought, okay, this is a really good program. I'd like to involve. So applied for a program, and then moved to that country, that province, and then I also took like half years of English classes at the province of Manitoba. So I think the started from this college, attending college, my English is really good improvement. I had to learn the lecture and then write down my assignment and talk to my classmate. This is really the environment I have to push myself to learn English and speak in English, and then understanding what my classmates are talking about and what is my instructor talking about. So all those added together, like kind of mixed experience, kind of made me like today. I can speak four languages. I think everybody's experience is different. So if I just took some tips for somebody like to learn new language, the most effective way is to immerse yourself in that environment, in that language environment. So you've been pushed to speak that language and then listen and understanding language. But I know not everybody have this opportunity or chance to go to that area or that environment. So the second way is actually just create this sort of similar kind of environment, like listening the podcast in that language and watching the movie if possible, go to some kind of interest group, make friends with people who can speak that language, just to immerse yourself and then to push yourself to speak that language. And thirdly, I think from it's more for your mindset. Just don't afraid to be making mistake. Even now, even for this video, I'm sure I've made plenty of mistake, but that's okay as long as you can understand. That's the whole purpose of this conversation. Even in my workplace, my colleagues still kind of correcting my mistake, but that's who I am. I'm first generation immigrants. Like English is not my mother tongue, so I tried to learn this English and then was able to complete my degrees, and then no, you are allowed to make mistake, and with this mindset, I'm sure you will be better and better every day. Okay, that's all for today's sharing. So if you have any question, welcome to put any comments on site. I'll try to answer your question. Okay, bye bye. Until next time.